Coffee and Convo, y'all. Early bird, the early bird special. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. I appreciate every single one of you guys so much. Make sure you wipe them feet. That means hit them thumbs up around these parts. Also, hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed yet. Salute to Green Dot Gang. You guys are heavy in the chat right now. If you guys want to become Green Dot, want to become a member of the channel, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It definitely helps us keep the lights on over here at OLV Raiders Network. Salute to my brother Hammer. Hammer, if you're around, man, you want to kick it for a little bit. I'll send you the link here in a little bit. Let me get through my little spiel real fast. If you want to pull up, man, you already know, man. Salute to everybody, though. A lot to talk about. Last night, we went out there and we named our running backs coach, new wide receivers coach. We're going to talk about this here in a second as well. First and foremost, I'm going to start here. Let everybody pull up real quick. You already know. Once again, this is kind of a little earlier than we usually go here on OLV. But I know my people in the West Coast may still be getting right. You know what I mean? But I wanted to give Max Crosby some love. Yesterday, Troy Vincent Jr. announced on Twitter, the NFL executive vice president of football operations. You know, we all know that Max Crosby had a really down year last year. Injuries, couldn't stay healthy. I mean, the entire team couldn't stay healthy. Everybody got hurt last year, right? Finally took its toll on Max. We ended up putting him on the IR, missed a ton of games, went on a 10-game skid. Probably the worst year of Max Crosby's career, right? Well, he went on last night to announce that Max Crosby is the winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award for the Raiders. Well-deserved, Max. To our leader, salute to you. Crosby exemplifies excellence through his foundation, supporting teen substance abuse intervention, youth health and wellness, and other charitable causes. Learn about Crosby's contributions and initiatives he supports, Vincent wrote. So I just want to say, man, salute to him. Now the team is not the overall winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. That winner is still to be determined, and Crosby is still in the mix as he is one of the 32 nominees. So once again, you guys, he was named the Raiders, Walter Payton Man of the Year award. We're still kind of waiting to see who wins the entire thing. Many consider that to be the most prestigious award for an NFL player as it goes beyond just football. Salute to Athlon Sports for the doc here. What do you guys think about this, man? Once again, salute to Max Crosby for doing what he's supposed to do, exemplifying what a real Raider means, going out there, boots to the pavement, and actually doing the work, man. So salute to Max, hoping that he can win the overall award. I know, once again, there's a ton of nominees from each team that they have to go through, but this is phenomenal, news for our leader, Max Crosby. And I also want to go on to say this, you guys. About an hour or so ago, Pro Football Talk dropped a little tidbit. Now, I like this. This can kind of calm a lot of people in the nation's nerves here. He was talking to, who was it over there at Pro Football? I forgot who the hell. These guys talk so much shit about the Raiders. But he was on the PFT Live in New Orleans on Thursday, and he talked about his desire to win a championship and so on and so forth. And they brought up the Pete Carroll situation, right? They brought up all the moving parts that are going on in Las Vegas right now. And this is what our guy said verbatim. I've had doubts in the past, Crosby said. I feel like this past year was the hardest part of my career. Battling through the injuries the whole year, struggling, losing 10 games in a row. Up here, it makes you start questioning a lot of things. Crosby went on to say the arrival of Pete Carroll and new general manager John Spytek, along with Tom Brady's presence and ownership, makes him the most optimistic I've been since I've been a part of this franchise. Once again, you guys, the most optimistic I've been since I've been a part of this franchise. There's a lot that needs to happen to turn that optimism into results that have eluded the Raiders for so long. This is from ProFootballTalk.com. Salute to you guys. But this is solid information with our guy moving forward. Is Phil Simms and those guys over at Pro Football Talk, who usually talk a whole lot of shit about our Raiders. But we can kind of put a lot of this stuff to bed about Max wanting to get traded and so on and so forth. You know, he's still under contract, you guys. Yes, there's no guaranteed money left. We will sweeten the pot here very soon. I know John Spytek and Pete Carroll made it known during their presser that they're going to take care of their best players and do everything that they can to keep those guys in the building. So expect some more guaranteed money, maybe even an extension, maybe even, I don't know how they're going to do it, but expect a lot more guaranteed money on the books going to our leader, Max Crosby, here in the near future. So you love to see it. Salute to my guy, Jordy Robinson in the building. Morning, fam. The autumn wind may be blowing again. Salute to my guy on the $2 special. I appreciate you, brother. Real talk. But yeah, man, you know, a lot of us can kind of, you know, put that little issue to bed. I see a lot of Buffalo Bills fans out there screaming to go trade for Max Crosby. I see Green Bay fans saying that he deserves better, Detroit Lions fans, so on and so forth. Who wouldn't want a Max Crosby on their roster, right? Well, he is ours, okay? He is ours, and he's not going anywhere. All we got to do, get that guaranteed money together, get Spytek, Mark Davis, Tom Brady, those guys in the building. Yo, Max, get Mark to the 8 Lounge where you guys meet up a lot. Get you a nice little smoke and let him know what it's going to take to keep you happy and in Las Vegas in terms of guaranteed money, okay? If anybody has the easiest path to getting to Mark Davis, it's Max Crosby. These guys hang out a lot. Once again, they're at the 8 Lounge. They frequent that cigar lounge, kick it, have cigars, talk Raider football, and talk just whatever it is. But let's make this happen. Let's keep Max around for the foreseeable future, and let's make sure that he is, like he said in the past, the Michael Jordan. Well, Jordan was a wizard, right? The Kobe Bryants of the world. You know, these guys that stick around with one team their entire career. Let's make Max a forever Raider. Salute to Max Crosby. And once again, he is saying that this is the most optimistic that he has ever been, you know, as his time in the NFL as a Raider. So great news there from Pro Football Talk. Once again, that happened on Radio Row on Pro Football Talk, where they got an opportunity to sit down with our superstar edge rusher, Max Crosby, and talk about how he feels about, you know, the energy out there in Las Vegas with John Spytek, Pete Carroll, Tom Brady in the building. So salute to Bowtie. How dare the Raiders make legitimate moves? Salute. Salute to my guy on a $2 special. Appreciate you, brother. I know, right? How dare these guys get their act together? Makes no sense at all. Makes no sense at all, Bowtie. And I see what you did there, too. The Cincy Bowtie. Nasty, nasty work. It's too early for that, man. Salute to my guy. Salute to Dylan Edwards on a $2 special as well. I appreciate you, brother, so much. No words, just super, man. Appreciate you. Real talk, man. That means a lot to me, man. Salute to you and good morning to Dylan Edwards. Berserk, what's good, bro? Everybody make sure you guys wipe them feet, man. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new here. Once again, the Raiders went out, made some moves last night, you guys. We went out and signed our running backs coach, went out and signed a new wide receivers coach. I loved Edgar Bennett. I was hoping that he would have stuck around on the staff, to be honest. You know, he hasn't really got a chance with a real quarterback out there these past few years. It's been the Jimmy G special, you know, the Gardner Minshew special, the Aiden O'Connell special. I thought that he did okay, with what we had at the quarterback position, helping Trey Tucker, come into the NFL and develop the first few seasons, helping Jacoby get to his first 1K season, even with Gardner Minshew and the likes of Aiden O'Connell throwing the football. I know a lot of people may think that Edgar Bennett didn't help develop these guys, but I thought he did a decent job out there with what we had. And I was hoping that he would have stuck around and got an opportunity to do a little bit more, but it is what it is. The Raiders go out and we go sign. Okay, cool. Chris Beatty, former Chicago Bear, former Los Angeles Charger. He will be our new wide receivers coach. This is a guy that has some NFL experience. He's worked with the Chicago Bears. He was the wide receivers coach last year and also the interim offensive coordinator once they moved on, from Matt Eberflus. This guy has some experience. Once again, he coached the Los Angeles Chargers wide receivers group from 2021 to 2023, has 4 years of experience at the NFL level. Also has a ton of experience at the collegiate level, Virginia, Maryland, so on and so forth. I believe 14 years at the college level. And once again, definitely helped develop Keenan Allen. He's a veteran. These guys always speak very highly about, each other. Salute to Silver and Black Pride, and Bill Williamson put it out there. Keenan Allen, free agent, 33 years old. I know we want to get probably younger at the position, but we brought in Chris Beatty, so I'm assuming that maybe we take a look at the veteran former Charger, which would be absolutely hilarious because, we used to troll him. He used to troll us. We did catch him wearing some Raiders shit a few times, which would, it'd be hilarious to see this guy, former Cal product, didn't have the best year in Chicago, but, they struggled offensively all across the board. But interesting hire here. Once again, Chris Beatty, you guys, former wide receivers coach for the Los Angeles Chargers from 2021 to 2023. Also, once again, a whole ton of collegiate level experience, and had an intern tag as well as the offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears last year with Caleb Williams and company. So what do you guys think about this hire here? I don't hate it. I'm not going to act like I love it. This is kind of a to be determined kind of situation for me, but we shall see where this goes. But he did help DJ Moore out there, Roma Dunze in year one. Once again, he had, Keenan Allen out there in Chicago for a year, also had him with the Chargers. There's another guy, Mike Williams, out there that he coached with out there with the Chargers, who's also a free agent this year that left the Jets, went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They kind of went on a little run, and then they kind of stalled out at the end of the season, but they were a playoff team. So it's going to be interesting to see who we look at in terms of wide receivers in free agency. And once again, he has ties to a few people. So it's going to be interesting to see if, Pete Carroll, Tom Brady, and John Spytek come together and potentially reunite him with one of his guys out there, whether it's a veteran, in Keenan Allen, or potentially a Mike Williams, who's kind of bounced around the league this past season or two. So we shall see. But yes, Chris Beatty will be our wide receivers coach moving forward. This is one of my favorite pickups this offseason. And that's saying a lot, you guys, because, we went out and got our head coach of the future, Pete Carroll. We went out and got Chip Kelly as our OC, right? Got John Spytek, a very, very, very respected man around NFL circles. We went out and brought back Patrick Graham, brought back Rob Leonard. Well, this is one of my personal favorite pickups. Dylan McCullough, running backs coach, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You guys know I'm a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan, and I love what this guy brings to the table at the running back position. For those who have no idea, he's went out there and he's helped, Notre Dame have a phenomenal run game this past season or two. He was a highly, highly respected guy at the collegiate level, and he has a ton of experience at the NFL level as well. He's also helped develop a few guys. Audric Estime, Denver Bronco, a guy that finished with 1,341 yards and 18 touchdowns in 2023. A guy in Jeremiah Love that he developed into one of the best running backs in the nation this past year, 1,125 yards, 17 scores. He's probably going to be a first-round pick next year when he comes out. Phenomenal talent. And the list goes on, you guys. We can go down the Jadarian Prices of the world, so on and so forth. He's helped a ton, and there's a guy out there with the Rams, that that this guy helped develop as well that has looked phenomenal since he's come up to the NFL level from Notre Dame also. So salute to irishsportsdaily.com. Let's go through the McCullough file. 2010, Miami, Ohio, offensive special teams intern running backs. 2011 to 2016, Indiana running backs coach. 2017, USC run game coordinator / running backs. 2018 to 2020, Kansas City Chiefs running backs coach. He won a championship out there with the Kansas City Chiefs. They are very familiar with what this guy does. 2021 went back to Indiana as an associate head coach / running backs coach. 2022, Notre Dame running backs coach. And in 2023 to 2024, Notre Dame running backs coach / run game coordinator. So a guy that has NFL experience, has a Super Bowl under his belt, and a ton of collegiate level experience. This is an A+ home run hire for me. I love it. I love it. I love it. Real talk, probably my favorite hire, a definite upgrade over Cadillac Williams. And that is no knock to Cadillac. We had the worst ground attack in the NFL this past season. A lot of it, goes to Luke Getsy. A lot of it goes to the personnel, and it's not really having a really good running back room or group. You know what I mean? I don't know what you really expected going out there and rolling out Zeus and Alexander Madison and Amir Abdullah. It took until week 15, 16 to have our first 100-yard game, and that came from a 30-year-old plus running back in Amir Abdullah. So, I think Cadillac was kind of set back a little bit in terms of talent in that room. Didn't see Dylan Laube at all. Didn't see Sincere McCormick until the end of the season. But I am excited about this pick. As a Notre Dame guy, you guys, I'm telling y'all now, this guy is a phenomenal pickup. A lot of people are like, oh my God, how do you feel about being a Notre Dame fan and losing this guy? Well, as a Notre Dame fan, it hurts, right? But I'm a Raider first through and through. So I'm very, very happy. And if we didn't get him, I'm telling y'all now, somebody else would have got him, and he would have made somebody else's running back group very, very happy as the running backs coach. So great pickup. Dylan McCullough, this is a beautiful, beautiful hire by Pete Carroll. I love that these guys are definitely thinking outside the box here, which is very, very exciting. It'd have been easy for him to go out and get a guy that he used to have a part of his coaching staff out there in Seattle or so on and so forth. This is thinking out the box. This is the definition, you guys. This was a just out of the blue type hire that we didn't see coming at all. I love that Pete Carroll, Spytech, and company are truly, truly thinking outside the box while bringing this together. So love it, love it, love it. Great hire by the Raiders. A ton of experience once again. And people don't know this guy is also a former player. So, has some NFL experience as a player. Cincinnati Bengal, Philadelphia Eagle, then went on to play with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers from 98 to 99. So the guy is just a football guy through and through. And once again, like I said before, he won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs when they defeated the Niners 31-20 in Super Bowl. I forgot what number it was, but they beat the Niners. So there you have it. Love the hire, man. Salute to Ant, my dog. Appreciate you for becoming a member. Welcome to Green Dot Gang, my brother. If you guys want to become Green Dot, like my guy Anthony Becker, man, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Definitely appreciate every single one of you guys that become members and become Green Dot Gang. Salute to my guy Jersey Raider. 13 months, over a year. Appreciate you, brother. With Pete and Chip now being in, do you think there's a chance we go quarterback with the 6th, even if Baby Prime or Ward is there? You said is there a chance we go quarterback with the 6th, even if Baby Prime or Ward is there? I think if one of those guys are there, I think you definitely take, one of those guys. Honestly, to most people, it's Cam Ward and Shador at the top of the list in terms of quarterbacks in this thin class, right? If one of those guys are there, I think that Tom Brady pulls the trigger. Definitely. Those are two of the most can't miss. And once again, there's still a lot of question marks surrounding these two guys. It's not like a Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May class of last year, but there's still some question marks surrounding some of these guys. But if they're there and you got Chip Kelly in the building, man, look, I don't care if Chip said, 250, 6'5", whatever he said, the prototype quarterback, you go get a 6'2" quarterback in Cam Ward, a 6'2" quarterback in Shador if those guys are there at 6. So I believe that they will pull the trigger on one of those guys if they are there. Salute to One Up in the building as well, man. Yo, salute to my guy. Appreciate you, fam. Leather, coach. Definitely leather, man. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. The tribe, to be determined. To be determined. To be determined. I don't know, where SpyTech lies in terms of drafting guys and the thought process behind what they went through before they came to the NFL. I don't know. Salute to Mutation, my dog. Per Football Scoop, Raiders are hiring. Rip Rowan is a defensive assistant. See, I'm reading this stuff slowly because yesterday y'all caught me lacking. Okay, let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. Football Scoop. Sources, Las Vegas Raiders dip back into college ranks, hiring defensive assistant, adding Rip Rowan to defensive staff just after nabbing heralded running back coach Dylan McCullough from Notre Dame. Rip Rowan's been a fixture coaching the Georgia Southern defensive line the past 3 seasons, but his time in Statesboro is coming to a close. Football Scoop has learned. Salute to footballscoop.com. Rowan will be a defensive assistant and again is expected to specifically work along the defensive line, which he will be with Rob Leonard. Sources told footballscoop.com. While Rowan has mentored a handful of players who have gone on to the NFL, this will mark his first venture in the league as a coach. I like this. Rowan previously was on the staff at the University of Washington for 3 seasons after separate stints at Southern Miss, Florida Atlantic, respectfully. Late Wednesday night, Carroll and new offensive coordinator Chip Kelly lured Dylan McCullough away from Notre Dame to become the Raiders' new running backs coach. McCullough is a former Super Bowl winning assistant coach with the Kansas City Chiefs and also a 5-time Football Scoop running backs coach of the year finalist. So there you have it. Hey, man, salute to Football Scoop. Not very familiar with their work and their website, but if this is true, I'll wait until it actually comes out, from one of our guys. But hey, man, we just keep piling on. I love it. Salute to Mutation with a haymaker, brother. Appreciate you so much. Love it. You add him with Rob Leonard. Man, come on, man. I love what we are doing here. Dylan, what about trading for Stafford? We don't know, Dylan, what Stafford is doing yet. I don't know if he's going to retire. And if not, we don't know if McVay's going to move him. We know that they're trying to move Cooper Kupp right now, and get away from that contract. He's 32, 33 years old, I believe. They're trying to probably go a little younger, get the youth movement going in LA. But I don't know what's going on yet. I even tried to kind of get a wit to talk, former Matthew Stafford teammate to give me some information behind the scenes, and he would not talk about it. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the hell is going on with Matthew Stafford. He's probably going to take a little while to figure out if he wants to come back. He's won a championship now. He's been in the league forever. What will he be, Dylan, this year? 37, somewhere along those lines, right? I don't know if he's going to come back. And honestly, what are you giving up for a quarterback that's that old at this point? I know you don't want to move any early draft capital for a guy that potentially only played 1 or 2 seasons. If he is already contemplating retirement under McVay and they just went into the playoffs this year, I don't know if I want to give up any early draft capital to go get a Matthew Stafford for 1 year. You know what I mean? Now, if we draft, let's just say Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward or one of these type of guys, and you want to bring in Stafford for a mid-round pick and take on that contract and hold on to him for a year as you develop one of those young guys, I'm cool with it. Race is 38. Yeah, he's up there in age. So I was 2 years off. It's nasty work. He had a good year for the Rams this year. You know what I mean? But it's going to be interesting to see what you would have to give up for the likes of a 38-year-old Matthew Stafford. So, Dylan, let's just play the waiting game here, see if he's going to come back. We don't know yet. I think he's kind of done everything at this point. Has nothing else to prove. Moved over from Detroit in that Goff trade and won a Super Bowl. So who's to say that he'd want to go to the Raiders where we're kind of in a situation where we're trying to build this thing up? Let me see. Salute to Richard, my guy in the building, man. Graphk, in your opinion, do we move up in the draft? And if so, do we do it on draft day or do it before in field calls, see what the teams offer? Let me say this. Usually, Rich, people are going to play the waiting game here. Some teams get desperate draft day. There's no reason for these guys to work the phones even a few days before or prior to the draft. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always going to be that one team that may get desperate enough to just throw the farm out there as draft day happens. So you're going to wait until round one for those phone calls to start circulating. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey man, if they think that if they think that Cam can be the guy moving forward and be the focal point of your future in terms of building blocks, foundational pieces, I'm all for moving up. You know what I mean? But if this is what Brady and these guys see fit, and once again, you guys, I'm a huge fan of Shedeur coming into Las Vegas once again because of the ties to Tom Brady. People, they look at the connection. Oh yeah, he helped them do this. No, he's helped him develop. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy that Brady has sat back and actually helped groom a little bit to become the quarterback that Shedeur is right now. So I'm assuming that if we did trade up, it'd be for Tom Brady's guy, and I would trust the process. But we shall see. But let me say this. I love Abdul Carter. There's a few other guys that I love in this draft. But if you're going to move up, you got to move up to get a quarterback. That's it. I love Abdul Carter. I think that he could be a generational player as an edge rusher at the next level. But if you're going to move up, it has to be for the quarterback. Has to be for a quarterback. It cannot be for any other position. I don't want to move a bunch of future draft capital to move up and get an edge rusher. You have to identify the quarterback position if you're going to move up. Martin, no, I'm not. I'm not sold on Joe Milton, a guy that I watched a ton of at the collegiate level. I know that Wasted is, sold on the measurables, the arm strength, 6'5", big body, can move around. I understand the thought process behind it. You know what I'm saying? But no, no one can sell me on Joe Milton, and no one can sell me on the one performance that he had against a bunch of backups with the Buffalo Bills in that limited action at the end of the season. I'm sorry. I need to see more. I'm not one of those people that are going to be a prisoner of the moment and be all sold and go give up some draft capital to go get a Joe Milton, potentially a mid-round pick for a guy that I didn't see a ton of. You know what I mean? So, no, never been a real big fan of Joe Milton. And I was there to actually watch him at, the combine and see his arm strength on full display. It was beautiful watching him at the combine out there in Indy. But once again, the accuracy is a major, major issue for me. And I don't want to part ways with any draft capital to go get him. Salute the Sky High Nation. Graphk, who's your top 3 free agent quarterbacks as of right now? I mean, it's kind of easy, right? I mean, and I'm not saying that I'm high on all these guys, but it's Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, and Russell Wilson. Those are the guys. Anybody else, I don't want to look at. You know what I'm saying? The Jimmy G's of the world, we've already crossed that bridge. There's not too many guys out there that I would take a look at outside of Sam Darnold, who's going to cost too much money, Justin Fields, which I would love in this offense with Chip Kelly, and then potentially a Russell Wilson reunion with Pete Carroll. So there's not a ton of guys out there in free agency that I'm excited about, but those are probably the 3 guys. Let me see. Somebody mentioned something about Russell. I'm looking this up on Twitter real quick. I'm going to see what was just said about Russell. Going to latest. Salute to everybody in the building, man. As always, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Jay Glazer expects Russell Wilson won't be back with the Steelers in 2025. You'll see a new start for Russell. So it looks like Pittsburgh may be going all in on Justin Fields to keep him around. The younger option with Justin Fields, who went 4-2 in those 6 starts with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It looks like Russell Wilson's time, according to Jay Glazer, and he's a very, very respected, a guy around the league. Looks like Russ will be a free agent option here. So it looks like potentially there is a reunion potentially on the horizon here with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. Maybe. I don't know how he would look in that Chip Kelly system. Salute to PJ, my guy. Folks might laugh, but of the top QB, Shedeur reminds me the most of Burrow. PJ, man, I'm not laughing. Me and Wasted have said this for months. We're not saying he's going to be Joe Burrow. We're just talking about the skill set, what he can do. I agree with you, PJ. Totally agree with you, man. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Look, we said this months ago, and there's a lot of other people coming out mentioning the comps with Joe Burrow. I agree with you. Salute to my brother Big Mike in the building, man. Tuning in from work, bro. Got a gut feeling based on the extensive coach search that this front office will be aggressive starting a free agency. I agree with you. I agree with you, brother. I think that they're going to go all out with trying to make this thing get right in year one. Definitely. And I'm talking about turning every rock to see if they can go trade for a quarterback. I mean, I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I've seen some information out there too, you guys. I know you guys probably seen it as well. The Falcons are about to cut Kirk Cousins here very soon as well. And before you guys start jumping the gun here, no. Salute to my brother Big Mike in the building. Salute to my brother Ridge. Hey man, Zabelman was out there at the Senior Bowl making some noise, brother. And Charles Grant, that's another sneaky offensive lineman in this year's draft. Salute to my guy Ridgeback, thinking outside the box here. You know, I mean, Gray's name is starting to, go up right now because of, what he did at the Senior Bowl and so on and so forth. But Charles Grant's another name that's kind of been under the radar here. I agree with you, Ridge. Hug, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are not derailing this show. It's too early for that. It's too early for that. Salute to the my father himself. Hug Dizzle. Let me see. Realist Raiders says foundational first and foremost. The quarterbacks in this draft are 2 to 3rd round picks at best. Please don't reach. Just say you did. Agree to disagree, man. Agree to disagree. I think there's 2 quarterbacks in this draft that I think that the Raiders would have fun developing, and that is Cam Ward and that is Shedeur Sanders. Salute to Aura, my God. Would you take Darnold or Fields and draft BPA at 6, then draft quarterback in the later rounds? Let me say this. I think that Darnold is going to go elsewhere. And I think that Fields is probably going to stick around with the Pittsburgh Steelers because Jay Glazer just came out with a report that it looks like they will be moving on from Russell Wilson. So I'm assuming that Pittsburgh is going to keep Justin Fields. There was all talks about they were going to keep one of those guys. So I'm assuming they're probably going to keep Fields and do the same thing that you're saying, probably draft another guy there in the mid rounds. I mean, if you could, I would take Fields and go and draft a Will Howard in the 3rd round if he's available there with one of those 2 picks that you have in the 3rd. Definitely. Why not? Will Howard is very familiar with the system, 6'4", over 30 touchdowns in that Ohio State Buckeyes offense with Chip Kelly out there this past season. Yeah, over the 4,000 yards passing. I would definitely take a look at bringing in Fields and then drafting Will Howard there in the middle rounds if possible. Definitely. Not the later rounds, but the mid round. Salute to my guy, man. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building as always. Salute to my big bro, LV Maximus, one of the Mob Fathers himself. I appreciate you, my brother, so much. If you guys want to become Green Dot, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Definitely appreciate every single person in here, that's supporting what we do over here with the membership program, man. You guys really, truly help us keep the lights on over here. So thank you so much, big bro, LV Maximus, for gifting those. If you guys missed out on those 5, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Salute to my guys. Salute to CGR, one of the other Mob Fathers over here in the building. Let me say this. Tyler had a good year, out there in Louisville. He does fit that mold, right? But kind of what Chip was saying, that 6'5", 225 range. Had a big, let me say a decent year for Louisville, 3,100 yards, almost 3,200 yards in the year, 23 touchdowns. He has 6 picks, a QBR of 75, which put him 24th in the nation QBR. This would be a guy that I would take a look at, in the later rounds. I think he'll be available there somewhere in those, 4 to 6 range. Definitely take a look at him. He may rise up boards, though, because of the measurables. He may get to the combine and absolutely ball out. But, I mean, the guy had realistically, y'all, 1 year of production. You know what I'm saying? Good production. I mean, before that, we can go down a long list of years from 2019 where it wasn't that great. You know what I mean? And once again, this guy wasn't a starter every single year at the collegiate level. But this is definitely a guy that you could take a look at to develop. The young pup out of Louisville, 6'5", 225, definitely. He kind of fits that mold of what Chip was saying. You know what I mean? I want to see something, though, because I don't know. I don't think he's really that active with running the ball as well. I don't think he's really a dual threat type guy. I'm trying to see. Yeah. This past season, he had 19 yards rushing on 42 carries. So, and 1 touchdown. So he's not really a dual threat. It's more of a pocket guy. Salute to Allen, my guy, with the greatest default pitcher in YouTube history. A whole bunch of cheeks. Graphk, what is the NFL doing playing a black national anthem? What? As far as I know, we have a national anthem for all Americans. Seems divisive. Brother, I'm not going to read that right now. I don't do politics over here, bro. I appreciate you for the $10 special, but I truly don't do politics, man. I don't really care what they do with all that. You know, salute to you, bro. Kind of got me lost there a little bit with that. I don't do politics. So whatever the NFL got going, they got going. You know, appreciate you on a $10 special. You might want to redirect that to Twitter and ask somebody else there, because I got nothing for you. Nothing for you. Young DB says, yeah, it's Black History Month. I mean, yeah, come on. I don't. Yeah, kind of lost me a little bit, brother. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Jorge says, thoughts on the Royal Rumble? I loved it, man. I loved it. Jay deserved to win it. You know, the most sold merch, the most over wrestler, the most over, theme music and entrance. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. My brother Jose in the building. Always good to see my boy Jose in the building. Appreciate you for rocking with me. As always. yeah. I'm kind of like, what are we doing here? Yeah, I mean. Salute to my guy 2-4 in the building. At work. I'm so late to class. What did I miss? CGR, Hug D's, Desiree, Martin B. Salute to my guy in the building, one of the Mod Fathers himself. Appreciate you, man. Salute to Mondo in the building. Salute to Lewis. It's so early, but Chip Kelly's speech had me fired up. We'll see what happens. Facts plus tax, bro. Me and Wasted talked about that yesterday, man. You know, him just the philosophy moving forward, just win, baby. Talked about, watching high school football, collegiate level football, and just implementing that into the NFL. I love it. This dude is a lover of football, and that is only going to translate to phenomenal things for our Raiders offense moving forward. I'm excited, man. Salute to my brother, Nav Man in the building. Still the draft. Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. I want to talk to Sampson so he can get me lifted. Real ones know. Want another Josh Jacobs? He's him, but I think a bit shiftier. Projected 111 to 151. Pump the brakes on running back to the 4th and get this beast. I'm a major fan of Dylan Sampson, but I got to be honest, Nav. This is a deep class, and I want one of the best running backs. I personally am going in round 2 to get me a running back. I'm not playing around. Whether that's Trayvon Henderson or my favorite running back in this draft, Amarion Hampton, get you one of those and then double up, Nav. I mean, why can't we double up? Get you one right there in the first in the second round, you know what I mean? And then go get you another one in the 4th, 5th round. I'm all for that. Double up, add 2 running backs to this group with Sincere and Dylan Laube and run it. And even if you want to bring in a veteran, in the offseason in free agency to help come in and get that room right, I'm here for it, because I don't think that Zamir White is going to make this roster. I don't. I think that he's going to be a cut casualty at some point. But add a veteran and go get you 2 in this class. Go bring 3 running backs in, because essentially you're probably moving on from 3, right? Amir Abdullah, which if you keep him around at this point, he's a special teams guy, in a locker room leader for sure. Alexander Madison's a free agent, and then move on from Zamir White. Go get you 2 in the draft. Go get you 1 in free agency. I'm here for it. Salute to my guy Nav Man in the building, man. Real talk. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to my brother Hug. Graphk, you made a short about taking time for yourself. Hit the gym. Question: how often do you go and do what supplements? Just simple protein. And right now, I'm bouncing off the walls right now with my creatine. Well, not my creatine, but my pre-workout. My C4. So I don't do anything but C4 and just typical protein. That's it. I don't do anything else. I used to do all the, creatine and all that other stuff. I don't do any of that. So gym 4 times a week, which I just been working out at the house in the garage, just getting weights and kind of putting more muscle on. but and just doing a lot of walking with the dog. But I kind of keep it natural, Hug. Just protein, pre-workout to get me going because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? So I need some coffee or something to get me rolling in the morning. Salute to my brother, Hug, man. Hey, good luck. If you have any questions on your new journey, brother, make sure you hit me up. Oh, Rostan, he's still under contract. So there's nothing to worry about in terms of Sincere McCormick unless they just don't see him making this roster and they don't think that he's the guy moving forward. But he's still under contract. Judo, the thing is this. Depends on what he's asking for, what the asking price is, in free agency. Somebody may, hit him with a bag. Every year, up to this point, the first 4 seasons of his career, they declined the 5th-year option, but he had over 1,000 yards rushing. He had over 1,000 yards rushing all 4 seasons. And once again, Marshawn Lynch, Najee Harris, right? These guys are both Bay Area guys. Najee being out there from the crib, very familiar with the Raiders. Marshawn Lynch, Pete Carroll, Raiders connection. Najee signed with Marshawn's Beast Mode agency, so I can definitely see them bringing him in as that big body dual threat running back if they want to go get one in free agency. It makes all the sense in the world as long as you're not overpaying for him. You know what I mean? And he's played with some pretty bad offensive lines out there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it'd be interesting to see what he would look like and see if he would be rejuvenated in Las Vegas playing for a team that he grew up watching in the Bay Area. So I would love it as long as it doesn't cost you a shit ton of money. If it's cheap, go get you another running back or 2 in the draft. I'm here for it. I'm one of the few people that thinks that Najee can still be one of those guys. You know what I mean? But the price tag has to be correct. Definitely has to be correct. My brother Rick says, bring in Scatterboo and Hampton. Bro, I would love that. That would be, 2 bruising backs. Scatterboo, man, he's out there working out right now at the same facility as Dylan Lowby out there in Florida. I would be so excited to see Sacramento's own, Real Linda's own Scatterboo in the silver and black. That would be fun with the Marion Hampton. I would love it. I don't know where Scatterboo is going to go in this year's draft. He's kind of a big question mark. I see a lot of potentially 3rd round. I see some people having him fall into the 5th. So it's going to be interesting to see. Jorge, there's no real reason to trade for Allen at all. This is a deep class. You don't need to go trade for Braden Allen from the Jets. For what? That you can just use your draft capital to go get one and probably a better running back. And I'm a major fan of Allen. You know what I mean? But truly don't need to. LT says, yeah, this background is way better than the green screen. Appreciate you, brother. And I'm working on the lighting, and I got a new 4K camera coming as well. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's going to be a lot better. You know what I mean? A lot better. I'm adding way more stuff to you guys. I'm still bringing stuff in from the garage. If you guys can see in front of me how much Raider shit's in front of me, y'all would trip out. Salute to my guy, Spivey, man, my brother. I appreciate you so much. Gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to the Kevin Nash amount. Shilmore, my dog. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang and members in the building because of my brother Spivey. David Zahn, my brother. It's good to see my guy in the building, man. Jersey's finest. Salute to my brother David Zahn. It's always good to see him, Taino, and Navman in the building, my dogs. Appreciate you guys, man, so much. I think Taino's in the building. I could have swore I seen him, but if not, salute to Taino regardless. But salute to my brother Zahn in the building. Let me see. Nav says, no question, Aaron Jones and Dylan Sampson would be crazy. And Aaron Jones had over 1,000 yards rushing with the Minnesota Vikings this year. He is getting up there in age, though. You know what I mean? How old is he? Is he 32, 33 years old? I think he's about almost 33 years old, right? I think he's – oh, no, I'm lying. I'm super lying. He's 30 years old. I try to put 3 years on his life. 30 years old. He'll be 31 in December of this year. So would be interesting. Will be interesting. But, I mean, once again, you don't have to pay that kind of money in free agency to bring in a guy like Aaron Jones in this deep running back class. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Aaron Jones is going to command a shit ton of money at the running back position. Let me see. I'm going to see what his market value is real quick. Hold up real quick, y'all. Let me see what his market value is. He is a free agent. Once again, had a nice year out there with Minnesota. Let me see. He's an unrestricted free agent this year. They don't have any market value on him yet. They do not have any market value, but he was a 3.5 cap hit this year, $3.5 million cap hit for Minnesota, which isn't that much for a guy that's had a ton of success like Aaron Jones in Green Bay. You know, they moved on from him and brought in Josh Jacobs, got younger at the position. But that's not a ton of money. It's not a ton of money. So we'll see. Salute to that Raiders fan on a $5 special, my brother. Zach Levine was spotted wearing a Raiders hat. He said he's a huge Raider fan. That's what's up. Yeah, he's always been a Raiders fan for a long time. Had a terrible, terrible, terrible first game with the Kings last night. Had 13 points. Looked lost out there. First time in that system with his new teammates. Expected. Hasn't played, I think, since like January 27, 28, since he's had his son or his kid. So disgusting first game yesterday. We got blown out by like 30 at home against the Orlando Magic. For some reason, man, the Kings just make that one of the worst, three-point shooting teams in the world. Every time Orlando comes to Sacramento, it's like these guys just become fucking Larry Birds, all of them. You know, Wagner went out there and cooked us last night from three. Disgusting. Let's get back to the Raiders, though. Salute to that Raiders fan. Salute to Hug on a $20 special. On week 3 of my journey, down 7 pounds. I take protein, creatine, glutamine, test boost, turmeric and burn, aminos, and clean food. 30-minute tread, 1 hour strength, 20 sauna, 60-minute tread on recovery days. Goal is 185 at 50 in July. I love that, Hug. Salute to you, my brother. That is so dope. I don't think you personally need all those things to get right, to be honest with you. At our age, it's really about diet. It's really about drinking a ton of water and just walking. Walk a ton. The sauna definitely helps as well. Sauna, a lot of walking. You don't even have to run, because at our age, it hurts our backs even worse than what they are now. But you are taking a ton of supplements. Me personally, I don't think you should. But hey, if it's working for you, it's working for you. You know what I mean? But hey man, salute to you, brother. Salute to you on your new journey, and appreciate you on the $20 special, man. I love it. But I think that's a lot of supplements. You know what I mean? Just diet right. Drink a ton of water. Get a lot of cardio in terms of your walking. Light weights. You know what I mean? And really just eat correct. Like you said, clean eating. That should get you right. Salute to my guy, Louis G, being a member for 6 months. My dog, appreciate you, brother, as well. Salute to Spivey. These staff hires say, let's win now. And what did they say, Spivey? What did they say in the presser? They said, we're going to do everything to win now. Everything to win now. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, man. I love this coaching staff. I love what they're putting together here in Las Vegas. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited, man. Salute to my brother, Louis G, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang here in the building. My guys, appreciate you guys so much. Salute to all the new 5 members in the building because of Louis G. Hit the link. It's pinned up top if you guys want to become Green Dot Gang. I think in a minute, man, we're going to have the most members we've ever had. I think we're about, let me see real quick. I think we're about 150 away from having the most members that we've ever had on the channel. It's because of you guys, man. It's because of you guys. You guys are just remarkable, man. Thank you so much for supporting what we do over here, man. 150 away from having the most members we've ever had, and it's the off season. So that's insane. That is insanity. It's because of you guys. Thank you. And salute to the 868 people here in the building rocking with me. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. That means hit them thumbs up, and also hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Okay, he says all my subs are natural. I'm just not juicing. Okay, got you. And Zahn added a 5-piece to the mix as well, man. One of the GOATs over here, my brother. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Zahn. And bro, everything that you do for the channel, as always. I appreciate you so much. Getting us closer to our goal here. Y'all going crazy now, man. Crazy. 2-4 in the building, my brother. And once again, man, Hug 10. The My Fathers over here going crazy with Zahn and all my guys, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Wow. Appreciate you guys so much. I love y'all, man. You have no clue what you guys mean to the everyday process of this channel, man. Thank you Thank you so much. And then Louis G drops another 10. You guys are crazy. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Louis. Thank you. LT says W podcast. Appreciate you, LT. My brother, salute to Nav, man. Y'all are insane. Salute to Louis G. Hug 2-4. And my brother Zahn in the building as well. Maybe I should have asked this a long time ago. How does this member thing work? Please excuse my ignorance. Asking for a friend. Haha. You just become a Green Dot Gang. There's perks as well that most people don't take advantage of. Different levels. You know what I mean? If you guys want me to do, if you're a tier 3 member, you guys can say, give me an idea to do my skits. I used to do a bunch of skits and I'll put your name on it. This one was inspired by Navman, so on and so forth. I think the tier 2 is you get deals at OakLosVegas.com. And then I think the deal 1 is you get emojis and you become Green Dot. You light up as a green member on the channel. So there's other perks. Go to the channel now if you get a chance to. Go check out the perks on the main page. They'll definitely give you a breakdown of everything. Salute to Edge. If we have 1 or 2 big signings this offseason, who do you think? I think cornerback, wide receiver, offensive lineman are pretty likely. I can see that. And to be honest with you, Trey Smith is my number 1 guy. He's in the Super Bowl right now with the Kansas City Chiefs. It weakens that offensive line. He was a Pro Bowler this year, and he strengthens that guard position for us. You know what I mean? Trey Smith, to me, is my number 1 option in free agency that I would love to bring in. That would be a big move for us. DJ Reed as well. Another guy that I love that our brother Scout brought up yesterday. Another guy that has familiarity with Pete Carroll. Played 2 years out there, had 4 picks under Pete Carroll. That would be a great move for the Raiders to bring in. We need another cornerback here. And DJ Reed, a guy that is leaving the Jets this year in free agency. I believe he's 28 years old, has 6 picks. I believe six or 8 picks in his career. But once again, he had 4 under Pete Carroll with those 2 years out there in Seattle. So that would be an interesting guy to bring in, a DJ Reed and a Trey Smith. Those would be 2 phenomenal. Could you imagine? And then we're not going to do it, but could you imagine bringing in, you know what? I can see this because we're not going to go T. Higgins route, 30 million plus for a receiver. But what would you think of a DJ Reed as a corner, a guy, once again, familiar with Pete Carroll and what they like to do on the defensive side of the ball? You bring in a Trey Smith, and let's just say you went out and got a Keenan Allen. I know he's 33 years old, but we just signed his, former wide receivers coach in Chicago and with the Chargers. You could bring him in to be that veteran presence as the outside wide receiver, big body guy, former Charger, which, we trolled his life away when he was a Charger, but that would be fun. Keenan Allen. You can still draft a younger guy like a Ricky out of UNLV or like a Nick Nash out of San Jose State, one of those guys in those mid to later rounds, but I would love that. A Keenan Allen, a DJ Reed, who's 28, I think 28, I think he'd be 29 this season. Don't quote me on that. And then man, that would be phenomenal. Salute to Edge, my guy, man. Salute to my brother, David Zahn, as well. My dog. I appreciate you, brother. My dog. So much. My guys are going insane today. As always, Zahn, my brother. Hope you're having a good day out there, brother. Salute to Brave, my brother, one of the day 1 supporters over here. As always, super sticker. My brother, Brave Raider, a.k.a. Ricky. Rick. Salute to my guy, man. Jorge, scale 1 to 10, blockbuster trade possibility. DK, Miles, Garrett Wilson, etc. If anything, it's probably going to be the wide receiver position. I think Miles Garrett is too good to be true. But I do believe that maybe Pete Carroll and them try to kick the tires and see where Seattle is in terms of interest with moving on from DK. And it looks like Garrett Wilson wants to get out of there with the Jets. And I don't think people realize how good Garrett Wilson is. This guy was highly touted coming out of Ohio State. He's been in a terrible quarterback situation with the Jets. This is a true number 1 guy. I would love to have a Garrett Wilson. It just depends on what he would cost. You know what I'm saying? If they keep Devontae out there, they can keep him as their number 1 guy. Hey, well, I'll give him that Devontae pick and some future draft capital for the likes of a Garrett Wilson. But I have a feeling that a wide receiver needy team like the Buffalo Bills or the Chargers would give up first-round draft capital to go get the likes of a Garrett Wilson. But I would love to kick the tires on a DK or a Garrett Wilson, specifically Garrett Wilson. Youth, he has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to be one of the best wide receivers in the league, and I think he is. He just hasn't had the production like that out there because of the quarterback position. Salute to my guy, Jorge. Salute to Mutation also on becoming a member once again. I think he just kind of read up because my guy's been a member over here before. Salute to you. What do you think is the deepest in this draft? That's running back, Nav, for sure. Running back. Definitely. I don't even think it's close. I think this is a clear-cut best group in this year's draft. And there's some other sneaky positions. Tight end is a sneaky, deep group in this class, but we don't need one. You know, you got Michael Mayer, you got Brock Bowers. You don't need one, but the tight end position is pretty deep in this class as well. And I gotta say, man, you know, I kind of like the defensive tackle group in this year's draft as well. There's a lot of sneaky guys that you can get in those mid rounds. So, but I like this class as a whole. See, a lot of people think that this class isn't good because of the thin quarterback group. Because of that, like, this is a nice wide receiver group. Deep running back class, deep tight end class. I think this is a deep offensive line class, whether you're at the center position, guard position, or tackle as a whole. And then you can look at the D-line. I think there's a phenomenal defensive tackle class and also some interesting edge rushers in this year's class as well. So, you know, this is a nice class to go out there and add, you know, a shit ton of talent to this group. You know what I mean? I don't think, young DB, that it's a weak corner class. I just think that it's kind of top heavy. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of top heavy. So, but there's some interesting guys that you can get there in the mid rounds potentially. You know, I don't know where Kobe Bryant, where he goes out of Kansas. He may be a second, third round guy. I was hearing some things about Pittsburgh liking him a lot. You know, the Za Fraziers of the world. You know, he may be a mid to late round guy. He fits that 6'3", 6'4", big body, Pete Carroll type DB, late round kind of guy. So, you know, but I don't think it's a terrible corner class. I just think there's, you know, I can't even say top heavy. I just think it's a sneaky cornerback class because honestly, you got maybe one or two corners that are going to go really early. You got the Will Johnsons of the world, maybe a few other names out there. But I don't think it's a weak DB class. I think it's a sneaky safety class as well. Oh, yeah, Dan, I actually heard the scouts from Pittsburgh out there at the Shrine Bowl talking a lot about Kobe Bryant. Those guys were in deep conversations about Kobe Bryant and what he was doing out there at the Shrine Bowl. I was ear hustling like crazy. And Pittsburgh was very high on Kobe Bryant. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that out loud, but it is what it is. You know, I'm my own boss, so I don't work for any specific organization, so I can kind of talk my shit and say whatever I want to say. So, but I definitely heard those guys being really high on Kobe Bryant out there in Pittsburgh. Kobe for short. Yep. What is he? 6'1", mean streak, talks his shit. You know what I mean? Definitely a Pete Carroll guy. Siobhan Revel as well. You know, look, the thing is, Deb, if he didn't tear his ACL, he'd be probably a top 10 pick. 6'3", big body corner, can get it all done. He would be for sure. He may still be a first round guy, but if he didn't tear his ACL, you know what I mean? I think that it was clear cut. He'd probably be a top 10 pick. You know what I mean? But I don't know where he's going to go because of the injury. I truly don't know, but the measurables are there. The skill set is there. That guy is phenomenal. If you guys haven't got a chance to, go check out Siobhan Revel's tape. And I'm not talking about highlights. Go watch his tape. For all my tape watchers, Siobhan Revel's a dog. Let me let Chloe in before she starts freaking out. Come on, baby. Come on. What's up? She don't like change, y'all. I got in this new room. She does not like change. She's like, let me get with dad. You know what's funny, Jorge? I didn't really hear anything. All the scouts were kind of scattered around. They weren't all truly together. And most of the time I just seen the guys kind of talking to other guys, like other scouts. I didn't really see them like talking specifically about certain players. And then a few of the scouts were actually a part of the process, helping the guys, with certain drills and so on and so forth. I didn't hear anything from the Raider guys in terms of who they were high on at all. Virginia Muskowski, Bears dies at 102. Wow. That's deep history gone. Expect some serious play in Chicago for her, no question. Chicago Tribune. Damn, man. Rest in paradise to Virginia. 102, man. Holy shit. I do not want to live that long, bro. Oof. Man, prayers going out to her, the organization, the family, and everybody that, are affected by that, man. That's crazy. But 102, she lived her life now, man. That's wild, bro. That's wild. I don't want to live that long, bro. Get me out of here. The latest in my 80s, bro. Cooked. Salute the hug. My dog. How do you think star-studded coaching staff affects upcoming Raiders free agents? More/less team-friendly deals? I'll say this. More players are going to want to come out here. When they hear things like Max Crosby coming out today on Pro Football Talk and saying, this is the most optimistic I've been since I've been with the Raiders and since I've been in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, that makes other people interested to come in here and be coached by the likes of a Chip Kelly, a Pete Carroll, and a Patrick Graham on the defensive side of the ball, and an up-and-coming star with Rob Leonard. His star is starting to rise as well out there as the defensive line coach. So, definitely is going to help and bring some people in free agency for sure. For sure. And the one thing, Hug, is the no state tax. I'm telling y'all now, Hug, people don't realize when I was at the Shrine Bowl and I was talking to a ton of these kids and kept mentioning the Raiders, they kept saying no state tax, no state tax, no state tax. I'm talking about everybody from Shador to Will Shepard, the big body wide receiver out there at Colorado, Rocket Sanders, Raheem Sanders, South Carolina, Gamecock, pause if necessary. All these guys were mentioning the no state tax. You know what I mean? That is definitely something that we have that only a few other teams have, the Floridas and, so on and so forth, Texas, but those guys are really, really excited to potentially play somewhere where they're not getting beat up in terms of taxes. So we definitely have the up and up on that. New facilities in Henderson, new beautiful stadium, Allegiant Stadium, you know what I mean? In a city in Vegas that is just on the upswing. You know what I mean? People don't realize how beautiful Vegas is outside of the Strip. The Strip is like, But when you go up there in Henderson and Summerlin and all those places, Vegas is a beautiful, beautiful city, man. So I'm excited to see, where that's going to do moving forward. But yeah, I mean, definitely going to help us with free agents. It's going to be interesting to see what positions they target in free agency, though. Like, do they go get a running back? An Aaron Jones or a Najee Harris? Do they bring in a veteran? Do they go out there and get a corner like DJ Reed or one of those free agent guys? Or they just allow Jacorian Bennett to develop, DCAM to develop, Jack Jones to develop through his rookie deal? It's going to be interesting to see where we go with this. Yes, I definitely do. Definitely do. And look, until proven otherwise, you guys, I think that Tom Brady wants to land Shador. And I honestly believe that he's going to do whatever it takes to land Shador. Maybe I'm the only one left out there in the world that believes this can happen. And maybe I'm trolling, Shador at the Shrine Bowl. And maybe I'm trolling a little bit online and just having some fun with it. But I think that I'm like only one of the only guys out there that do this, that really, let me say, beat writers and all those guys still believe it can happen as well. But I'm really, truly a firm believer that this thing can really happen. Like, the Giants are definitely a team to keep an eye on there at 3. You know what I mean? And I don't know where Cleveland goes here. I think that Cam Ward will be the pick. I think that Tennessee will go Abdul Carter. And I think that they're going to bring in a veteran, maybe like a Sam Darnold, and still develop Will Levis there at the in Nashville. But I think Shador may be available. If let me say this. If the Giants skip out on Shador, he'll be a Raider. If the Raiders just package up a shit ton of draft capital and move up and offer Tennessee a lot at number 1, Shador's going to be a Raider. And I know Shador has been flirting with the idea of being a Giant, the Giant cleats. And once again, I've seen it personally, him dapping it up with Brian DeBall, the head coach at the Shrine Bowl, over and over and over. him kind of saying, I'll be playing in this stadium very, very soon. AT&T, Cowboys, Giants, same division. But he was doing this with the Raiders when we were losing a shit ton of games as well. So he's just trying to boost his star power. You know what I mean? But I think it could happen. I definitely think it could happen. Let me see. Salute to my brother LV. Checking sources, Max Crosby resigns $94K for 4 years. Wait, what? LV, checking sources, Max Crosby resigns 94. Are you saying $94,000, big bro? That's like $5 to us for 4 years. I mean, 94 million. And even then, big bro, elaborate in the comment section. Salute to my brother LV Maximus. I think all that cigar smoke has gotten to my brother's head. Yeah, business is business, Dan. Facts plus tax, man. Never lie, brother. Okay, 94 million. Are you saying that he'll sign a 4-year deal for 94 million? That we're going to extend him to that? Is that what you're saying? Because even then, I mean, that's a bargain. Let me see. I want to see something. I'm not seeing anything. Sean Merriman just said, "What's up, my dude? Just checking in. Hope your day is going well." Crosby. And remember, LV, his first contract that he signed was the last one that he signed was 98 million. 98 million. That was the last one that he signed. Remember, because the 98, the number, we were like, oh, wow, it works out. That was his last extension in, I believe, 2022. 2022, I believe. So, okay, LV says insider information. I'll tell you guys one thing. If LV is talking about it, a guy that is very, very tapped in with the Las Vegas circle out there, my OG, I definitely believe that he probably has some intel there. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna wait and play the waiting game here. But I don't know. That's kind of cheap. It's kind of cheap for the likes of a Max Crosby. Kenny Max re-signed. Yeah, he did re-sign in. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Trying to see something. I don't see any information on this. Not seeing anything yet. Of course, it's in. I'm not seeing anything. Let me erase a few things. Salute to everybody here in the building. We are live trying to see what's going on with our guy, Max Crosby. Let's see if there's anything on Twitter, any updates. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see anything with Max. No. So I'll play the waiting game here, you guys. I'll play the waiting game and see what's going on, but nothing yet. Nothing yet. But I'm expecting him to get some type of extension with some guaranteed money on the books, for sure. For sure. I might have to make a few calls now. You kind of got me in my bag right now, LV. I'm about to make some calls here. Okay, LV, let me know, brother. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. And if that does come out, once again, we will be live later if we find out that our superstar edge rusher, Max Crosby, is handed an extension with more guaranteed money on the books. LT, hope Max does get his guaranteed money. You got them Lions fans dreaming on Pac and Buffalo Bills fans. You know what I mean? And I've seen Philadelphia Eagles. I've seen the Commanders. I've seen so many teams, fans talking about bring them over here and so on and so forth. Mikey says, what guys do you realistically think that they'll bring back in free agency? I'll start with Merrick. I would love to have Spillane back. But honestly, I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe they bring in, Bobby Wagner, former captain of that Legion of Boom defense with Pete Carroll out there. I could see them potentially bringing him in and allowing Spill to walk. But I would bring Spill back. Shit, I'd even bring them both in. I don't think Spill's going to cost you an arm and a leg. But Merrick, man, is going to be in high demand. He's going to be in high demand. He's one of the top safeties on the board in free agency. I don't know how much that's going to cost. But if I was a betting man, I think they let Nate Hobbs walk. If the price tag is right, bring him back. But I'll say Merrick. I'll say Kuntz. I think they bring Kuntz back. Let Divine Diablo walk. Let Hobbs walk. Bring Palomal back. Who else we got out there? Potentially Spill. But I know that Pete may want some familiarity there with Bobby Wagner. And he won't cost the arm and a leg at his age. You know what I mean? Father Time is starting to catch up on him. Ridgeback, there you go too. A couple more names. Adam Butler. But he took a hometown discount last year. And he may cash in this year, and rightfully so. And I don't know if they're going to want to pay him a shit ton of money to come back. They may run with a younger option, like a Lyle Lewis, and go draft another guy at the defensive tackle position. Would I love Adam Butler back? Definitely. But I think that he may want to cash in. This may be his last chance to cash in with some big money. And I think the last 2 seasons, he's had over 5 sacks back-to-back years. That guy deserves a nice chunk of change. I just don't know if they're going to bring him back. Chasen, on the other hand, is another guy that you can take a look at for sure to bring him back in. Definitely. He looked good for us this year when all those guys went down. Definitely helped us out. But just another DJ says, let Hobbs test the market. Sign Holland if Merrick is too expensive. You guys know I love Javon Holland. Throw the bag at Chiefs right guard Trey Smith. Bingo. Salute to Rube, my dog. Breaking news. Max Crosby agrees to a new deal, $94 million guarantee. Max Crosby stated earlier that the most optimistic he's had. Inside sources, the optimism is because of the possible pairing with George Alani. Bro, you were stupid, dog. You are stupid, bro. Salute to my guy, Rube. Everything comes back to George Halani. My dog, I appreciate you on a $20 special, bro. The troll god himself, the George Halani enthusiast himself, my guy, Rube. Bring back Spillane. I bought his jersey. There's a selfish reason to bring back Spill, right? Even though he's been phenomenal for us. I agree. Bring him back. Definitely. Bring Spill back. I would love to see him and Wagner in the building. That would be a nice little 1-2 punch at the linebacker position with Tommy Eichenberg out there. And, you still got some younger guys at the position that you can still develop. I'm here for it. Salute to 2-4. Max signing team-friendly deal to sign Miles. Let me say this. Miles did state, I don't know if you guys seen the interview, that wherever he goes, he wants a quarterback in the building. So I forgot who he was talking to yesterday, whoever it was on Radio Row. He did state that wherever he goes, he wants to go where there's a quarterback. He said that teams have one, with game managers or, so on and so forth at the quarterback position, but that he would like to go to a place where they already have a quarterback in place. And to me, that sounds like a Josh Allen in Buffalo. That sounds like potentially the Commanders with the Jaden Daniels. It sounds like potentially Detroit with Goff out there. He may want to go somewhere where they already have a quarterback in position to win right now. And we don't know where we're going to go with the quarterback position yet. Do I think that he would love to play with the likes of a Max Crosby? Definitely. And you could potentially go out there and win a ton of games because of that. But also I think that, with his own words, he said it the other day that he'd probably want to go somewhere where they already have a quarterback in play, which makes all the sense in the world. This guy has, I think, had one winning season, maybe 2 winning seasons in Cleveland, I believe, since he's been drafted over there. I think they've only had 1-2 winning seasons. You know what I mean? So he's looking to go out there and win a ton of ball games moving forward. So I'm assuming that if they do move him, he probably ends up in Buffalo, Detroit, potentially Philadelphia, which would be crazy. The Commanders, one of those teams that are in win now mode with their quarterback in place. But it's a dream of mine. I would love to have him in Vegas. It'd definitely be fun. Yeah, Ridge, Garrett in Buffalo, that'd be nasty. That's what they're missing on that defense in Buffalo, is one of those type of guys. Von Miller's getting up there in age. He's no longer the guy that he once was before. They'll probably move on from him, but that'd be nasty, bringing in Miles on that defensive line. Max is supposed to make over $22 million in 2025 and close to $19 million in 2026. Salute to Raider JP. And none of that money's guaranteed, JP. That's the problem with what Max is having with the Raiders right now, is the guaranteed money. It's the guaranteed money. So, it's not that he's not making a good amount of money. He wants more guaranteed money on the books. If he's feeling like this, if I'm going to stick around here and watch this thing get right, and I'm here to help right the ship, I just want to make sure that there's some guaranteed money on the books, and I'm not, on the outside looking in, with my contract. It's already a steal of a contract at this point, JP, because of the deal that he signed in 2022. You compare him to what the Bosas of the world and what Myles Garrett's going to get paid on his next deal, and it's essentially a steal. You know what I mean? So I think he's just, look, give me some more guaranteed money and we're good. I mean, Dan, it's true. It really is. There's nothing he can do. And Cleveland has already stated that they don't want to move on from him. So this could be a standoff very, very soon. It could be. And to be honest, I think that Myles in the long run ends up winning. So. Yo, I was tweaking, Chris. I thought I was the only one, bro. Minshew is the GOAT. I swear, bro. I was like, where did he get this wrench from? I'm like, where did he get this wrench from? Look at this shit, bro. It's crazy. Minshew, the GOAT troll god here on OLV. I was like, what? I'm like, the wrench don't even look like CGRs. It don't look like 2-4s. It don't look like the Modfather himself. I'm like, what's going on here? Once again, you guys, there's no updates on this Max Crosby situation. But I can update you a little bit more on where Max is with the state of the Raiders right now. We talked about this earlier on the show. Chris Sims put it out there of Pro Football Talk earlier. This is what Chris Sims tweeted out there earlier. Max Crosby told me in Pro Football Talk that he's had doubts about whether the Raiders are the place where he can win a title, but he has had conversations with Brady, Carroll, Spytek, and thinks that things are going in the right direction. This is the most optimistic that I've been. So there you go. So it looks like Max is excited to see where this thing is rolling. So stay tuned. It sounds like he's very intrigued by Brady being in the building, John Spytek, Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, Graham coming back, Rob Leonard coming back. I think he's excited to see where this thing goes. So there you have it. But once again, there's no information yet or nothing dropping yet on whether Max is going to take, or sign a new deal here, an extension, whatever, so on and so forth. Why he got Diddy in his PFP? Yo, Chopper, he out here wilding, bro. And look what he said. Just love throwing a wrench into things. Got crazy, man. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Get a few more questions in, you guys, before I get out of here. We're coming up on an hour and a half. We kind of talked about, the new hires, dealing McCullough, a guy that I'm very high on, once again, running backs coach out there in Notre Dame. You guys know I'm a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. I mean, if you guys can see this side of the wall, a ton of Notre Dame Fighting Irish flags, and then I got my Tim Brown signed Notre Dame helmet in the back, courtesy of my brother Jason. You know what I'm saying? But this is a guy, once again, who has a ton of experience at both levels. You know what I mean? Well, let me say this, mostly at the collegiate level, but has some experience also at the NFL level. 2010 Miami, Ohio offense and special teams intern / running backs coach. 2011 to 2016 Indiana running backs coach. 2017 USC running game coordinator and running backs coach. 2018 to 2020 Kansas City Chiefs running backs coach, where he won a championship out there when they beat the 49ers. So there you go with the NFL experience with the championship team and a divisional foe. 2021 Indiana associate head coach / running backs coach. 2022 Notre Dame's running back coach. 2023 to 2024 Notre Dame running backs run game coordinator. And then also we went out and brought a guy in Chris Beatty, who has a ton of experience. He was also a former player. I believe he played in, I forgot what league it was. I think it was the Canadian Football League, where he played for the Baltimore Stallions, the Hamilton Tiger Cats. But as a coach, North Stafford High School, so he coached the high school level with Salem, Lansdowne. Then he went to Hampton in 2006 as the offensive coordinator / quarterbacks coach. Northern Illinois in 2007 as the running backs coach. West Virginia, 2008 to 2010, running backs coach and slot receivers coach. Vanderbilt, 2011, wide receivers coach and recruiting coordinator. Illinois in 2012, co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. I mean, the list goes on, you guys. Wisconsin, 2013, wide receivers coach. Wisconsin, 2014, wide receivers coach and recruiting coordinator. 2015, Virginia assistant head coach and running backs coach. Maryland, 2016, wide receivers coach. We can keep this rolling. Maryland, 2017, associate head coach and wide receivers coach. Maryland, 2018, associate head coach, co-offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach. Then he was at Pitt, where he helped develop Jordan Addison before he went and transferred to USC. So there's that connection in 2019 to 2020, where he was the wide receivers coach. 2021 to 2023, Chargers, NFL, wide receivers coach. He was there with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, two guys that are free agents. It's going to be interesting to see if we look at either one of those guys. Wide receivers coach with the Bears this past season, and interim offensive coordinator out there with DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, and once again, Keenan Allen. And then once again, we brought him in as the wide receivers coach for us in 2025. So I like the two hires moving forward. I think that, I wish that Edgar Bennett would have got a better chance, out here to see this thing through with us locating a quarterback and seeing what those wide receivers would look like with him out there coaching that group. But it is what it is. We move on from Edgar Bennett. We bring in Chris Beatty. Salute to Pace, my guy. I'm excited about keeping Gerald Alexander, Rob Leonard with PG back as DC because it bodes well for Crosby, Adam Butler, who's a free agent, Chasen free agent, Kuntz free agent, Merrick free agent, and Palamau free agent. I love it. Salute to my guy Pace in the building. Appreciate you, brother, on the $10 special. Spivey, do you think Jack has a job going forward? Definitely. He's on a rookie deal. It doesn't cost a lot. He's still a game changer, Spivey. Yes, he's given up a lot, in coverage. We really get frustrated sometimes with Jack, but he's also any given moment a pick six away from changing a game. So I do believe that Jack will be back. Graham loves him. I think that he's going to, let Pete Carroll and them know what he means to his system. Jack's still on a rookie deal. I believe he has 2 years left on his deal, 1 or 2 years. So, yes, he's cheap, inexpensive. There's no reason to move on from Jack. I think he will be on this roster come week 1. So says, now that the coaching staff is mostly complete, where do you rank our staff as a whole in the AFC West? Let me say this. Namesake, you put us at the top up there, with the Chargers. With the Chiefs. But I'm going to say this. We're in the basement this year in the AFC West. So to be determined. You know what I mean? Look, I would love to say because of Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, and all these guys that were at the top up there with the Kansas City Chiefs and so on and so. Jim Harbaugh still and Mentor, they have a great staff out there as well. Hate Greg Roman as offensive coordinator, but they got some pieces out there with their coaching staff. I'll say this, man, to be determined. Right now, we're still in the basement of the AFC West. Every team made the playoffs this past season, so they need to prove to us that they're more than just namesake. that they're going to go out here and change things for us. So I'm going to say last. I'm going to say last because I need to see something before I get over the top excited and so on and so forth. Am I truly, really excited about what these guys can do? Hell yeah. I think Chip Kelly was a phenomenal hire. I think that Dylan was a phenomenal hire at the running back coach position. I think that some of these guys are really, really great at what they do. But once again, I need to see it live and live in color before I can say they're better than the Chargers, who was a playoff team, the Chiefs, who are a perennial Super Bowl team, and the Denver Broncos, who made it to, the playoffs this past season as well. So there you go. Salute to AR Bolden. Graphk, my guy, proud of the hard work y'all been doing and the success. Keep grinding, my G. Other than Raiders, what did you think of the Rumble last weekend? I was excited. I was excited, man. I loved it. I love the women's Rumble with Alexa Bliss coming back and, Charlotte Flair. And I love that Jay won it. I think that it was a cliffhanger because we were all pretty much assuming that John Cena was going to win it. And I think the right man won it. I'm excited, man. It was a fun Royal Rumble. AR, definitely. I loved it. Salute to my guy. And thank you for the kind words. Did I miss out on the super? No, I read Rube's $20 special. I read it. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't read this one. What do you think of Bosa possibly needing to be cut or traded? My biggest fear is a Bosa-Garrett swap. The money makes sense. I don't know why Cleveland would do that. Bosa has a ton of injuries. He's getting up there in age. How old is Bosa? Is he 31? Oh, he's 29. Shit, he'll be 30 this season. So essentially, he's pretty much the same age as Garrett. But Myles Garrett is 6 months younger than him, I believe. But Bosa has a ton of injuries, man. I don't see how I wouldn't see that as a swap. I think if anything, Cleveland would get off that contract and draft a younger version and go get an Abdul Carter. I don't think they would do that. I don't. LV, man, let me know. I'm definitely going down there. Definitely going over there. Rube, my apologies for missing your super, brother. I definitely got it up. But I don't think that's going to happen. That would be a terrible swap, regardless if the money works. If Cleveland's moving on from Myles Garrett, you guys, they're going in a complete rebuild mode. There's no reason to go get a Bosa. Makes no sense. You're not in win now mode anymore. Just if you're going to move on from them, what you do is you just go get, Abdul Carter there too if Tennessee passes up on him, or get you another edge rusher in that draft and just get younger at the position and start your rebuild there. But LV, let me know, brother. I'm definitely coming down there, bringing a family as well. That's definitely one of the games. It's nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump for me, about 4-hour drive. So I'll be down there for sure. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. Let me get the hell out of here. I have a meeting with the brand manager in about 10 minutes, you guys. So that's why I did the show earlier. I had it officially lined up for 1:00 p.m. Central Time and totally forgot that I had this meeting with the brand manager at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I thought it was 11 a.m. my time. So I kind of fumbled that. But if there's any more information that comes out, you guys, in terms of this max potential extension, we'll be all over it. If there's any other hires or anything else like that, we'll be right back with it. If there's anything else we need to cover today, you know what we do over here at OLV Raiders Network. We'll definitely be dropping a shit ton of content. But other than that, man, salute to Danny. Says, thanks, Graphk. Best Raiders show on YouTube. I appreciate you, brother. That means a lot to me. Salute to LT. Great show, bro. Appreciate you, brother. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys for all the kind words. Salute to all the new members in the building because of Hug, because of, all the guys, man, that donated and put them out there, 2-4 and Zahn. Appreciate all my guys, LV Maximus, everybody here in the chat, Martin B, Daniel Caps, Rosetown Native. Salute to all you guys on the way out. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. That means hit those thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Got some business to attend to. Love and appreciate every single one of you guys. Raiders! You already know what it is, man. Love y'all. Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.